Set in the mid-15th century, Gutenberg's Apprentice, 2014, by American author Alix Christie, is a historical novel that fictionalizes the true story of Johannes Gutenberg's invention of the printing press. The narrative unfolds through the eyes of Gutenberg's apprentice, Peter Schoeffer. This debut novel by veteran journalist Christie earned praise from Kirkus Reviews as a bravura debut, while other critics highlighted its historical accuracy. Publishers Weekly called it a painstakingly meticulous account of Quattrocento innovation, technology, politics, art, and commerce. The story begins with 25-year-old Peter receiving a summons from his foster father, Johann Fust, compelling him to abandon his cherished apprenticeship as a monastic scribe in the Sorbonne, then considered the pinnacle of learning, and return to Germany. Though frustrated by the disruption to his work copying religious texts by hand, Peter is dependent on Fust, who saved him from poverty. Reluctantly, he sets out for home. Fust has invested in the erratic inventor Johannes Gutenberg, known as Gutenberg, and plans to apprentice Peter to him, though Peter is also expected to spy on the inventor for Fust. Naturally, Peter is curious about Gutenberg's mysterious invention. When Fust reveals that Gutenberg has discovered a method to produce books by the hundreds, Peter is horrified. To him, the printing press feels like blasphemy or just some shoddy trick. His fears deepen upon entering Gutenberg's workshop, a dark, noisy place filled with roaring furnaces and clattering presses. Peter, who admires the artful beauty of handwritten calligraphy, is intimidated by the cold, metal letters of the press. He felt a dizziness as if the ground had dropped away. Noise battered at his ears. The crude press crashed, as if to rend in two the very fabric of the world. His fiancée Anna shares his doubts, arguing that printing rejects the divine gifts bestowed upon humanity. However, as Peter studies Gutenberg's process, he begins to see that printing can hold its own form of beauty, and that he is the one to bring it forth. He creates a new font, devises a method to justify text, and even invents a cleaner, crisper way to cast letters. After a year of effort, Peter prints his first proof and is deeply moved. A power surged out of those words, a strength even Peter had not imagined. The ink was as black as heaven's vault, the letters sharp and gripping. In that moment, Peter experiences a profound transformation. This is the spark, the breeze that entered him, the understanding that all the ways he knew were coming to an end. Printing, once a blasphemy in his eyes, now seems to him a divine gift. Having perfected the technique, Gutenberg, driven mainly by a desire for wealth and fame, calls on Fust to secure a commission for printed books. At the last moment, a contract with the Archbishop of Mainz collapses, forcing the partners to shift their focus. They decide to print something over which no church or prince can exercise control: the Bible itself. By this point, Peter believes they are carrying out God's work. There was a bursting in him, a heady sense of strength, that wondrous feeling of pure rightness that shines briefly in every life. The ink they use is as black as the night before creation. Yet the project is fraught with difficulties and risk. Fust finances the entire endeavor, but Gutenberg proves to be financially unreliable. Over time, Fust grows suspicious that Gutenberg is misusing his funds, but with so much already invested, he has no choice but to press on, hoping for a return. Peter finds himself caught between loyalty to both men, recognizing their shared flaws, each too preoccupied with profit rather than the true beauty and significance of their work. Above all, secrecy is paramount. Printing the Bible could be seen as blasphemous, and they fear rivals might uncover their revolutionary technique. Adding to the tension is a looming sense of apocalypse. The great Christian city of Constantinople has fallen to the Ottomans. Women screamed, men blanched, and then there was a dreadful silence, punctuated only by the throbbing of the bells. Gutenberg appoints Peter as foreman of the Bible project, while he pursues other, more secretive endeavors. Shortly after, Peter discovers printed indulgences made with Gutenberg's earlier type, letters now replaced by Peter's own designs. These indulgences not only raise religious concerns but threaten to expose the Bible project's secrecy. Discovery was death, the end. Peter realizes, and he feels deeply betrayed. The project nearly unravels when the Archbishop's men raid the workshop, but a timely warning allows Peter and his team to hide the precious Bibles just in time. After 2 years of relentless effort, they complete the first edition, 180 Bibles. At the Autumn Fair in Frankfurt, the Bibles sell like wildfire. The Kaiser's envoy orders copies for his master's inspection, marking a major triumph for Gutenberg and Fust. However, the partnership cannot endure. Gutenberg's financial misdeeds come to light, and Fust sues him. Their bitter split feels to Peter like a rip in the fabric of the world, yet it also frees him. He has journeyed from Gutenberg's apprentice to journeyman and foreman, and finally to his equal. Interspersed chapters reveal that the story is being recounted decades later by an older Peter to Abbot Trithemius of Sponheim Abbey. In his closing words, Peter releases the pain of betrayal. "He taught me what he knew," he says, feeling a profound love and sorrow wash over him, leaving him finally at peace. And then he let me go. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.